Alright guys, welcome to my channel. This is your boy again, Toby. How on a day? Alright, welcome to my channel. Okay, just in case it's the first time you're meeting me, I just want to give this video a thumbs up if you love it, and then as well subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment on the videos, and then drop your opinion in the comment section about what's happening. Alright, so I'm going to show you a video of some good people that are advocating seriously on the social media. Um, in respect of the arrest that happened, if actually there was an arrest. Okay, so most of these things were actually the signs that most of our parents we saw before now, and we neglected it, that grew and has escalated to what we are facing and experiencing today in our communities. All right, so I want you to watch this video and tell me what you think at the comment section.
So that is what Nigerian journalist Dr. Kemi Lawrence for Kemi Talks Media. It's Saturday, November 23rd, 2024. Let's talk about what's going on in Southeast Nigeria. I'm going to make it clear as much as possible for everybody to understand what's going on in this video, and for you to make it viral and spread it all across the internet to Nigerians. Nigerians abroad are very, very important as well. There has been a wave of buying all over Southeast Nigeria. People are being buyed left, right, and center. 4 years ago, I told you about some plans and orchestrated methods to buy Southeast Nigerians, specifically the Igbos, and no one believed me. 4 years later, you're now believing me after they wiped out a lot of people in Ebonyi State, Enugu State, and so on and so forth. Yesterday, a farmer was spied on his farm after harvesting yam, cassava, and cocoyam and everything. At the end of the day, if one farmer is spied in America, do you know what's going to happen? 3 farmers spied, several injured. That's the headline of the Nigerian media. And you should know by now that the Nigerian media is owned by politicians and businessmen. There are people who are strategically placed in Igbo land to buy Igbos. Okay, it's a new method of what happened during the Biafran War. The people that orchestrated the Biafran War are still alive. And they've led Nigeria. General Gowon is alive. General Obasanjo is alive. General Buhari is alive. Everybody in that war, many of the strategic people are alive, and they've led Nigeria again and again. And they're watching this happen. This is the Biafra War again, secretly. But all the killings that have been going on in the metropolitan areas of Igbo land, they stick it to IPOB. They stick it to MASOB. They stick it to ESN. They stick it to all the Nnamdi Kanu groups. And they feel that we don't know what's going on. People know what's going on. They're not going to talk. The media is the wrong person to even go meet. The Nigerian media is the worst in the world. I don't know if I'm the first to say it. Maybe other people have said it. Not because they're just owned by the politicians and businessmen. And the journalists in there are puppets to these people. They're puppets. They can't do anything unless they do what they are told. They know the truth in what I am talking about, and they're not going to tell the ordinary Nigerians. The DSS. You are supposed to be the Homeland Security for Nigeria, checking the homeland. People are being buyed left, right, and center in Nigeria, north, south, east, west. The defense headquarters, always shouting on Twitter, always shouting on X, no action. We cannot have a defense headquarters and a military not doing enough for Nigerians. Nigerians are getting bite every day, and this has to stop. The international community gives you money to fight all this insecurity, but what do? You share it amongst yourself. We've seen that with Jonathan's administration and others. Nigerian governors are sponsoring terrorism, they're financing terrorism, and all you could do is go arrest one Simon Ekpa in Finland? Somebody that's just doing his internet propaganda. That's all you can do. That's the best you can do. At least he's given some awareness to what's going on. Everybody has their own groups. My message today is about what happened yesterday. All right? What happened yesterday in Enugu? In some of the communities, there was violence. Fulani militia showed up. I don't like calling them herdsmen because they're not herdsmen. Herdsmen are people that actually guard their cows and feed and graze, without any violence. Farmers and herders are supposed to be working hand in hand. These are Fulani militias, strategically placed in Igbo land to buy the people. They did it with Ebonyi. Now, you see that governor over there in Ebonyi State, that new governor, the young guy, he's doing so much work in that state. He has revamped that state so much. Okay, I even heard he built a new radio station, as in the government radio station. He revamped it and everything so that the media can be in the forefront of what's going on in Ebonyi State. I know the former governor was very old and things. People lost their lives in that state. I think that's one governor doing well. What about Enugu? What about Imo? What about all these places? Imo State, I've told you guys, it's full on herdsmen running your state and buying you one by one. Who is next? They stick to the metropolitan area. Make it look like it's IPOB and ESN. Okay, and the army gives all this false information online. Yes, the army. When General Lagbacha died, I was the one that reported that he was secretly flown abroad and died, and they brought him home. The government announced he died yesterday in Lagos. Just lies. When Abba Kyari, the chief of staff, died during the Buhari administration, I was the one that told you this guy's been dead for COVID for 2 weeks. They did not announce till 2 weeks later. They delay everything. But here I am, I'm telling you everything, and some of you are still saying that, oh, I heard that you were a mad woman. I heard that you were mentally unstable. You heard, until you heard about your own. Bye. I hope you hear. If it happens to you, I don't pray for anybody to buy, but what's going on right now, if Igbos don't take charge of their communities, your communities are going to be toast. I'm telling you, by December 31st, there's going to be a major genocide. I hope you know what that means. Igbo people abroad, Igbo people in the diaspora, call your loved ones, secure your areas, give safety tips to people, let them know. Last month, it was the Igbo lady, the pregnant woman that was died in Imo State near the airport, Sambakwe Airport. The Nigerian mainstream media were reporting that, hoodlums went to Sambakwe and they raped a lady, pregnant woman. I had the video. I gave you guys the video. I gave you guys the photograph. She has a name. Every victim has a name. Their name must remain in the news forever. Their faces must remain in the news. 3 farmers killed yesterday, several injured. What are their names? That's why you're supposed to be giving us mainstream media. Everybody in the mainstream media is so fucked up in Nigeria because they're telling you what to report. This is why people direct themselves away from the mainstream media. This is why Fisaya Shoyombo is doing his own on that side. Even the David Hunter in Ghana is doing his own from that. Everybody's out of the mainstream media. Samuel Ogudupe is running his People's Gazette out of New York. Everybody has left that country. Every real journalist has left that country. I don't live in Nigeria anymore. Just like that, January 2023 is now about to turn to January 2025. 2 years and this country has not improved. And you're saying, President Tinubu, President Tinubu. A lot of you confused me to some Kem. One lady there that was abusing Peter Obi throughout the campaign. It was not me. This stupid woman was just abusing Peter Obi and trying to shed it away so that people can be abusing me, say, oh, but you helped Tinubu win. I did not help. It wasn't me. It was another lady. Her handle is Kem Patriot. And she now says that I'm directing people to come and insult her. All the posts she made against Peter Obi, it's out there. That wasn't me. President Tinubu's government is a fail. He's allowing Nigerians to die. He's allowing Nigerians to be buyed. And it should not be happening. What I want you to know, my safety tips for all Igbos. There are Fulani militia strategically placed in your communities. Be very careful. Women do not go draw water anywhere in any stream alone. Okay, they're calling them herdsmen. They're not herdsmen. When I was in Port Harcourt prison, when they brought the herdsmen in, they sat them down in the office, and because I was one of the favorites in the prison, I could go to the office anytime I hang out. I sat there and I was asking some of them sitting on the ground, what are you here for? Where didn't carry you come? They said, oh, they catch me as herdsman. Well, are you a herdsman? And they'll go, oh, no, I know be herdsmen. Na politician give me cow, make I walk inside bush. Na politician give you cow, make you walk inside bush. Nigerians, wake up. Things are happening. Don't be a victim. I'm Dr. Kemi. I've done a lot of work. I have no money to do anything. I'm always asking for donations, blah, 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 blah. One of these days, I wouldn't be here anymore. Everybody knows where they're going. You don't know when it's your time. But I'm giving you the message now. Don't allow this genocide to continue in Igbo land. Igbo people, secure your homeland. Good afternoon to every Nigerian out there. I'm Dr. Kemi Lawrence. It's Sunday, the 24th of November, 2024. Let's talk about the post I made yesterday about an impending genocide slowly going on in southeast Nigeria and the arrest of Simon Ekpa. I sat down early this morning to read comments and feedback of Nigerians on my posts and my videos. And I was shocked to see the Nigerians were still abusing me, calling me a drug user, and some even calling me a mad woman. I understand Davido called me a drug user and a mad woman in his 2018 tweets, disrespecting me and never apologizing. This is why I'm still very upset about that incident, because it's stuck in the minds of many of you young Nigerians to be calling me that. I'm telling you things that are going on in Nigeria, credible information, and you're calling me say no to drugs in the comments. Somebody needs to go to a psychiatric hospital. Be careful. You might be the next victim in Nigeria. Be very careful. On Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is nothing but a freedom fighter. He wants Biafrans free. What is going on with the Igbos in the southeast? The Igbos are everywhere. They're in the north, south, west, and east. But what is going on in the southeast is what I talked about. There is a slow genocide happening in southeast Nigeria. A plan to annihilate the Igbos from the face of the earth. Specifically southeast Nigeria. Ebonyi, Enugu, Abia, parts of rivers where they're concentrated, and Anambra State. The southeast governors in the last administrations have not done much. They have been the biggest betrayal to the people there. Many of them left office with tons of money and their future secured for them and their children. There are young Igbo boys inside Port Harcourt prison where I was. I was arrested 3 times. I visited the prison twice, and they called them the IPOB boys. These were young men, 18 to 25, who simply went to a protest, a rally in Onitsha, the Nnamdi Kanu rally, where President Buhari ordered the Nigerian army to go out there and open fire and kill people. Several were killed. There was a massacre during the 2016 rally. A lot of you don't know about the rally, or you just want to turn a deaf ear to it and a blind eye. People died. Only Amnesty International Nigeria are still the only ones talking about it today. Bear in mind, a journalist is a very powerful person. In Ghana, they passed an anti-gay law. It has not been signed by their president. A single journalist went to the Supreme Court of Ghana and filed against the anti-gay law, saying it is hate and that Ghanaians have the right to their sexual orientation. This journalist was not gay or lesbian. The Supreme Court listened to him and they put the bill on hold. The president of Ghana said he wasn't going to sign it because he doesn't want to lose aid to the country. Why am I telling you this? Because as I sit here as one single journalist, I can go to the ICC and file a complaint against the Nigerian government on what happened in 2016 at the IPOB rally. There was genocide, and it's documented. Those they couldn't kill were taken into Black Marias and shipped to Port Harcourt prison. I met many of them there, and I interviewed several of them. I haven't written anything about my prison stay yet, but I've been telling stories. There's a lot you need to know. 18 to 25-year-old young Igbo men lost their livelihoods. They locked them in the prison, no school, no nothing. Several has even died in the prison. Hunger, many thin, many suffering from diseases. Suffering. Some of the families don't even know where they are till today, not knowing they may be in the prison as part of the ones that were swooped out from the rally. But instead, Boko Haram terrorists were trained, rehabilitated from being terrorists, and graduated from anti-terrorism school. They did celebrations for them, receptions. They picked up their diplomas. They put them in the army, the police, and other parts of Nigeria's parastatals to work instead of being terrorists. Well, that's good. But why couldn't they do that for the Igbo boys? The plan to eliminate Igbo people from Nigeria is very strong. I am not a freedom fighter. Nigeria is at its worst right now, and this country does not need to be in any form of one Nigeria. This country has to go back to regional governments if it ever wants to work again. I'm a product of a regional government. My father was a commissioner in the Akintola and Fani Kayode administration during Tafawa Balewa. Do you remember that bill that my father wanted to put out? That they should privatize electricity instead of NEPA? The government refused. The Balewa administration refused. 64 years later, we have privatizing of electricity, discos and gencos, and we still cannot power Nigeria. When my father became governor at 48 years old in 1983, he suggested to President Shagari that we should have a sanitation system. Once a month, nobody can travel out of their house until 10 a.m. My father started sanitation in Nigeria because Ibadan was the most dirty city in Nigeria, or the dirtiest. It worked, and President Shagari implemented it all over. And that's why you have Loma in Lagos and others. The same for the yellow fever traffic guys, a division of the Nigerian police, to have them directing traffic for all the traffic in Nigeria and then build traffic lights. My father started that as well. And you have LASMA and all of them now. I'm talking about my father starting this and that because Nigeria needs young people who can start something. And I feel that when you go to Aba, Nigeria, and see what the young Igbo boys are doing over there, we need many of them out of that prison into the society, integrated well,